There we go. Now it's there. Man, it's cold as hell. What I was telling you when you first asked is it's not only freezing out here because the air conditioner is still jacked up. It's like it's on and stuck on at full blast, but it's pouring down raining outside. Like we're supposed to have like floods. So it's going to be a terrible a terrible day today. Flood weather and freezing. They wanted us to root for the Seahawks, so they said let's f the weather up. Make it look more Washington like over here. It's super jacked up. Hey, listen, considering the hell freezing over type crap that's going on right now, fam, I really wouldn't I really wouldn't expect much else. It's absolutely cray cray. All right, you know what it is. It's Q&A time. If you have some cues you need, Ian, let's throw them in the Chizzy chat. Oh God, now I got the hiccups. Jesus, make it stop. And then, yeah, we can get it twisted. I am making a couple of minor adjustments over here before I do this. Oh God, so I have a question for you, Paul, unrelated, and you don't have to share if you don't want to. I finally got my UK booked yesterday, but oh my God, you talk about a pain in the butt. Okay, so if I were to leave directly from the loo and go to London without doing what is a multi-city booking, you're looking at 7,700 bones. Exactly. Yo, 7,700 bones, right? So, what I end up having to do is book a flight from Honolulu to Boston or Honolulu JFK, right? And so I was going to go to Boston and then just catch Kate's, over there and then go from there. But the flight timings were like super dumb. It was going to have me doing a 40-minute transfer in Portland, which is possible because Portland Airport is tiny, but I just don't put myself in 40-minute transfers when I can't miss it and take another flight to make it happen. Like if they had some follow-on flights, I would do it, right? And then I would have got to go to Boston, and then I would have rode to New York with Katie, and then from New York to Heathrow, right? So I ended up going Honolulu to JFK because that's a direct still, right? Whereas Honolulu to Boston direct got canceled in November. Thank you, Alaska Airlines, you twats. and then and then now it's going to basically take me to JFK, and I got to get out because I landed in JFK at like 6 in the morning. So I'm going to get out the plane and then go like to a hotel in Jamaica and marinate all day and then come back and get back in the plane. And it's going to go from JFK to Dublin and Dublin to Heathrow. And then on the way out, it's going to go Heathrow to Shannon and then Shannon to JFK. And then again, I get out the plane and marinate all day in New York. It's cool. I can eat. I can see family. It's not like super bad. I mean, it's literally like a 12, 13-hour layover, but I have people. Look, Eden, bring your ass to the airport. Okay, go. Let's go hang out. All right, cool. And then I got to jump back in and then fly home. So it's a trip. However, doing it that way, I got it to less than $2,000. So yeah, it's man, listen, the systems are so jacked up right now. Like it's kind of crazy. Rob is coming on the 28th. One thing to know about February, Rob, good thing is you're coming on the last day. However, there might be some spillover. February is the rainiest month in the Island. Rainiest as far as in frequency. Rainiest as far as volume tends to be like August, September. So if you go through Hawaii history and you look at like hurricanes, the majority of the hurricanes are August, September, early October. But rainiest as far as every single day it just rains, it tends to be February, early March. Actually, almost happened again last year, but the year I went to school in Japan, it started raining in February and didn't stop until April, like as far as raining every single day. So we literally had 40 days and 40 nights of rain. And normally Hawaii rain is 10 minutes tops, 20 minutes tops. When we had that stretch, it would rain like 2, 3 hours a day every day for 40 days and 40 nights, to the point where it overflooded the Alawai and we had to rebuild the canal because it just rained constantly. Actually flooded a Tacoma, like water up to in the window. You sitting in the car, the water was here. And then I was driving. I'm doing good because, it's kind of a boat, right? So I'm doing perfectly fine. I'm getting my thing. And then I know to keep the gas going and never stop the gas, because then that way, the water never goes into the pipe. Some lady decided to take a brand new 12-cylinder SL6 something. Anyway, it's like 140,000 Myrtle. She decided to try to drive that thing in the water, which is not a good look because unlike a pickup truck, which is half boat, it doesn't float. And she drowned it and stopped right in front of me. So like I legit had to like kind of halfway roll down the window to divert the car so I go around her. And we ended up having to pull up on the little side of the thing. So my truck was on the side and the water's all gushing out. And we had to get in the water and push her car out of the water. And the crazy thing is her car never started. Like she killed it, dead, like brand new car, paper plates. But my Tacoma survived it. The only thing that was stupid, this is real stupid, it was the day before I left for Japan. So I get to my house and, I got parked. I'm on a hill. Truck dries out perfectly. What I forgot to do was to rinse it before I left, because in Hawaii, when the water floods out of the ground system, there's salt water mixed in it because we're next to the ocean. So it kind of rusted a lot of the stuff, but only surface rust. It never got all the way in. And so when I came back like a year later, I had to power wash the whole thing and then grease the hell out of it and whatever. And I did all of that. I let it dry. Boom, started right up. Crazy. So that is the beauty of that Tacoma. That's why Tacoma is the state bird in Hawaii. When you come here, you would never see more Tacomas than at the Toyota factory, because everybody here, they're bulletproof. It's kind of like in Australia, they have the Hilux, right? Like the Tacoma in Australia is Hilux. It's everything. It's all of that in a box of chips. All right, let's go. Let's go. Mr. Camera Junkie. Hey, man, congratulations on kicking butt on your 30-day challenge. You've been about this life, in there every day, doing your thing. I seen Alicia popped up in here too. AT, I know she's getting herself prepared for her world tour, which is dope. Well, when the heck did we get to see side of Alicia? She looked like Paul over there now today. That's cool. That's a different setup. Oh, she packing. Wait, are you putting your books in bubble wrap? I know you're an avid reader, but come on, son. Okay, okay. I was like, wow. I mean, I know you respect your game on your books, but that's taking it just a tad far. Oh, there we go. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need waterproof everything where I live, so hey, I respect that, gangster. Nah, that's super cool. At about to hit the world tour with a mic in her hand. This is gonna be awesome, man. I am super stoked for you. I'm super, Rob. I'm super glad you're coming out. I just booked Seattle for the first week of April. I'm going to SeaTac. I'll be there first through the 5th. And then, how come that worked on that side but not this side? There we go. Thank you, Rusty. Appreciate you. I really need to update that animation. That animation is stupid. I really need to update that animation. But hey, you know what it is? It is for a reason. So yes, I am in the building. Let me send this to Paul, because Paul's going to be like, all right, listen, I need to know. But yeah, this is going to be, I'm excited to come to the uke. we get to see that other Ding Dong Paul. And what is the weather like, Paul C, in the Midlands in April, end of April? Is it still cold?
It's not going to be warm. And for you, it's definitely not going to be warm.
I don't appreciate this.
You might be lucky. You might be lucky, but I would not expect over 10 Celsius.
Bruh, 10 Celsius. Bruh. Dave, my man, appreciate you, bruh. I appreciate you. Hey, how come that didn't work? All right, that's odd. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the super chat, Dave Harvey, coming through. He's probably somewhere freezing right now too, because he's in the Midwest. I know it's freaking cold over there. It's funny because it's not super cold outside. Paul, you stupid. This is what Paul sends me. Oh my God, it's an abominable snowman. I know it's only probably here like 68, 69, but it's just in my office right now. It's 60, almost 50 something. Yeah, it's 58 right now. It's freezing in my office. It's crazy. 10 degrees Celsius is not 90, not 90 freedom units. Oh my God, I can't do it in my head that quick. I used to be able to, but I can't. Let's go. 10 C to F. Bingo. 50. I can swing 50. That's not bad. That's a Patagonia jacket. I mean, it's like it is in my office right now, so that won't be too bad. My main thing is like trying to pack as light as possible because of the amount of flights that I gotta switch. I'm gonna end up for sure probably trying to backpack it. Backpack it and then maybe a something for the laptop. Oh, there you go. Hey, it's kind of slow, but it came through, Dave. There you go. That's cool. Thank you. I don't know why that was slow as all get, but it worked. All right, it works. Oh yes. Oh, dude, I bring water. Listen, family. My favorite thing in the planet is I come waterproof correct, right? So like all my pants are Patagonia DWR. DWR is, what is it, Gretchen? Dynamic water resistant? No, that's not it. Durable water resistant? DWR. You heard of it before. That's what it is. So all of my pants, my jackets, everything is like DWR coated. And I use Adidas Terex shoes. Durable water repellent. That's exactly what it's called. Hey, he's smart. Anyway, I think you should never travel without slightly water repellent clothes, because the worst thing is to not be near your house and be soaking wet, hot or cold. If it's rainy in the summer and you're soaking wet, that's just as disgusting because everything sticks to your body. Gentlemen, you know what it's like when the pears stick to the tree branch. It's not comfortable. Sorry, Alicia. Y'all can't see Alicia's face. She is gloriously disgusted. I mean, girls have the same problem when you get knocker sweat and it's like just get moist up in there. That's just as bad. It's the same thing. Like you don't want any parts of yourself, abrading against each other while they're wet. It's just not a cool thing. So, you gotta come travel with your waterproofs on. That's the thing.
It wasn't what you said, it was the analogy you used.
Sorry. It's the first one that popped in my head that was clean. I could have just used the actual words. All right, so listen. Gretchen, wake up. I'm about to unmute. I'm about to put you on because something that I've been fighting this whole week is driving me crazy. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Gretchen and Shepherd. Hi there, Gretch.
Hello. Good morning.
Here, let's make a little Gretch for the other side. Here, let's just make her take over my whole face.
Yeah, no. Please don't.
That was super funny. They're like, man, that lady, she talks gangster as hell. All right, so listen, we discovered in class last week, gang. Not discovered. This actually came out last year for certain people, but it rolled out like mid-December for everybody. Mid-December, I was in Japan. So if you post on IG at all, which I highly recommend, there is a feature in IG known as doing trial reels. Okay. And so I'm in this 30-day challenge. Camera Junkie is doing it as well. Gretchen's also in, right? So when you're doing videos to Instagram as a reel, before you hit the post button, if you scroll down just a wee bit, you might see something that says, run this as a trial reel. So as a trial reel, what happens is it skips your followers altogether. It just sends it to whole brand new people. But it's not throwing darts at the air. Okay, and this is what's so sexy about it, is it throws it at people who are interested in what you posted about. Okay, so for instance, right now, AT is packing, and she could just make a reel talking about packing up, to get ready to move or something, and it would show the video to people who are packing. Where this is good is she doesn't have to worry about her curated algorithm, which is talking about quotes, some history, books, things of this nature. So it's going to send her to valuable people, but not necessarily, mess up her quote unquote algorithm, which is not exactly how it works, but we'll leave it simple. And when I was in Japan, it kept asking me, do you want to do a trial reel? Do you want to do a trial reel? And I was in Japan. I didn't read the news. So I was like, go away, go away, go away. I was just trying to hurry up and get my post out. So then last week, I caught back up with this again. And then I was like, Gretchen, you got to try this. And she has the button. And what kind of feedback are you getting so far on your trial reels?
Well, I've done it on a couple of them. I've been in Arizona all week.
This is true.
And what it does now on your main feed or on your profile when it shows all your stuff, you can go to your reels, and then in the section that it has drafts and trial drafts before, it now says drafts and trial reels. So it puts them there so you can look at them separately. So if I can look at my trial reels, they're not doing, they're not stellar. 150 on one of them. One of the Lightroom ones I did got, a couple of those got like 50, 75 to new people though, one was just the one I did, gosh, I don't know when I did that one. Anyway, I guess I had done one too a long time ago.
Yeah, I think they started testing in July. But I got it as a real thing in like the middle of December, but I was in at home, so I didn't want to break anything.
Oops, sorry. It was a sorry, the sound was on. It was a sunset one from summer, so that would have been a July type thing. So I had a couple from then. I had one from like October for Inktober, and then and those were pretty light. And then they've gotten more. They've gotten increasingly more. The one I did at Lachlan's football practice the other day, just there, I did as a trial. I got 150.
Right.
So not a whole lot, but I usually get anywhere from 200 to 400 on one of these from this 30-day challenge. So I think, on Instagram, that's not bad.
It's dependent on what your real subject is then, because we were looking at somebody yesterday who went from basically 200 to 20,000 just by doing trial reels because they found the audience, right? So you and I kind of post reels similarly the same. I post a lot of stuff that's very subject oriented, but I also post a lot of stuff just wild nonsense, right?
Well, and I also have I have a whole bunch with my website and the service that I have with them, and they make reels for me and post those on regular basis on my Instagram. Cool. So those are coming out all the time.
That's cool. So I was just interested in how because I can't make you come back. I tried all the tricks there's a thing where you can go to. Actually, I'll pull the link for people if they want to try it. If you don't see it, in theory, you should be able to go to this Instagram.com/creators blog and pull a link that will give you access to Trial Reel for a second.
So, and
I
also,
tried that. It didn't work.
once you've done one,
Yes.
and it goes and it's in that section that's drafts and trial reels. If you click on that to see what they're doing, at the bottom of that, it says, create a trial reel.
Yeah. See, you got it.
So
Okay.
you can create one specifically as a trial. So you could look at what is working or getting some more and try trials that would gear specifically to certain kind of things.
I am
I
not
suppose.
Mary Lou, but see, like here on the bottom, you get this little thing that pops up that says
Yeah.
draft or trial reels. Let me move it to the vertical side. Yeah, you get a little thing that pops up like this. Yeah, see, Mary Lou got it, and she did what happened. She had shooshed it away like I did, but she tried the trick where you go to this site that I'm fixing to send to you guys, and she was able to get it to come back. It just came back for her. Mine ain't working. It don't do it, and I'm like, you dirty dogs, making me sad. Anyway, let me see if I can pull this up. It's creators.instagram.com, and then it's /blog. And then, yeah, here we go. I'll give you the link. And mine, for whatever reason, mine does not want to play the game. But I think it's worth trying if you do it in any kind of way, shape, or form. I definitely think it's worth
Well,
trying. And then go in and, grab the link. It's in the chat as well. Go ahead.
It also gives you the insights as to how many people, this trial reel is taking off. It got a lot of views in its first 4 days. So it's 150 people that have never seen my stuff before.
Nice. Man,
So
here people the dual streaming thing, super funny. We didn't even do anything yet. We just came here. And one thing about the dual stream, listen, if you have those feelings, you might not want to dual stream, because people come to the other side and they got crazy things to say or do. Somebody just went to the dual stream side on the vertical and just hit the thumbs down, and we didn't even do anything. We didn't say anything. It's funny. I don't care. It's not my Cooliana, if you will, but I just find it fun. Unless my brother did it, he more than likely he might have just did it just to be June, but but I just find it funny. I was doing one the other day, and bro, you get some wild comments. You just get some absolutely wild comments that come through. But it's a good way to be discovered. I know for girls, y'all definitely get wild comments, because every time I'm on one of the streams of one of my friends and they're doing doubles, like the comments that they get from the vertical side is absolutely incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. Like, it's the wildest thing. I'm like, bruh, how do you sit at home and think about you should say this on the internet to somebody? Like, what are you doing? What's going on with your life? But you know what? Different time, different place. I'm over here trying to cut myself with a knife. This would not be good. This would not be good. All right, so I think one thing about the vertical, if you are going to dual stream, doing something like what I'm doing right now is probably not the best look for a dual stream, because if you happen to be mid-answer or you happen to be mid-doing something and they come through and people don't see an action per se, or like something that's sort of moving, it's probably not going to work. Right, you don't very often see a lot of talking heads as dual stream unless they're doing one of those quote unquote just chatting things, and I never see them with a whole bunch of engagement unless it's something the person has been doing all day, every day for a lot of time. Whereas like it's expected for them to be there. Then they bring an audience to the table. If you're just exploring this, you probably want to do dual streaming with something that has a lot of hand action or a lot of movement. Not like that, Alicia. Why would you do that to me? You know how my brain works. Oh my God. Alicia and Paul, I'm going to kick you guys off. If you were crocheting, knitting, painting, building something, like if I'm over here cutting the trims.
A hobby?
Huh? Yeah.
Perhaps
funny.
a hobby?
Funny you should say that, right? Get a hobby. Right? Yeah. So, well, you and I have hobbies, so I don't think it affects us. I think we have to have medically we have to have hobbies, otherwise our brains would pop. But yeah, it's an interesting conversation, right? Especially because I go to Japan all the time. I swear everybody has a hobby. Everybody's doing something else besides what they do, and I mean crazy stuff like glass blowing. Everybody's either painting, playing an instrument, crocheting is a thing, of course. Cooking could be an extra hobby. But I feel like we got past that. And the reason why we got past it is there was a thing during I got it. I come up with my reason why. Hold up. When the 2008 situation happened where Bernie dipshit blew up the economy, everybody had to go to their side hustle, right? To make the ends meet. And the side hustle coincided with the first wave of social media. And we did a lot of pushing people to do Etsy. We did a lot of pushing people to do eBay and, Amazon fulfillment and all myriad ways of side hustling. And so at that time frame, a lot of the talk in the hobby areas was about selling the outcome, right? So even acrylic pouring, acrylic painting, like that was all the rage like in 2019, 2020. But everybody was pandemicing and they was at home. And two things people did at home. You made stuff and you bought stuff. You bought way more shit than you needed. And then you made stuff. So people got into like sourdough, and then they ended up opening a little teeny side bakery thing. They dropping off bread on the morning at people's houses. You got people doing acrylic pours and slinging them online. People redecorating their what do white people call the room when you change your shoes? We don't have those in the hood. Mud room. I saw everybody. On. We don't call it that. It's just the front of the house. We don't call it a mud room. We got a whole mud room. I was like, if you brought mud in our house, you got your ass beat. Period. In the story.
Mudroom is at the back of the house.
Whatever.
On a farm, a mudroom's at the back of the house, boy.
Well, whatever.
I didn't know I was allowed to come in the front
the
door.
sunroom.
You did not come in the front door.
We don't have a sunroom. We have the room that mom and grandma meet the pastor on Sunday. We don't have a sunroom, right? No. You might have a parlor if you're lucky. If your family came from the South, the extra living room might be called the parlor, but we don't have such frivolities as a sunroom in the hood. I never heard of that till I moved away. So it's wild that everybody was redecorating or doing whatever. So people's should have been their hobbies was turning into selling everything on Etsy. Everybody and their mama was trying to sell something on Etsy. And I know because I had laser engraving business, and what was I doing? Selling stuff on Etsy, right? Yes, we have a lanai. Yes, we do. But that is basically a balcony or a porch, right? If you're in a multi-story joint, that's your balcony. If you're in a single-story joint, that's your porch. It's not the same. It's not the same as a whole extra room in the house. Any extra rooms we have in our house has a relative in it. A cousin, a grandma, or something. Alicia, why are you shaking your head? Tell me it's not true. A distant second cousin, your daddy them friend from, back in the day. They got divorced. Somebody was in there. It's a black and Latino thing. We filled it with relatives. If you're a Filipino, it's a whole family in there, in the extra room. So, yeah, in Hawaii anyway, that's how it rocks. So it's just one of those things that I feel like so many people turn even this, right? I think one of the reasons why you and I don't stress so much about our content is it does make money, but I'm not leaning on it wholly as a thing. I'm not quite retired yet, but like you and Paul retired, right? You can just do it. And I think that's why so many people in the upper Gen X and the boomer category are doing so well on the internet, because they're just doing it. They're having a good time. They're having fun. They're connecting with people. You're not overstressing about it. Like it's a thing. It's definitely harder when you have to make it as an extra situation, and so it loses the hobby side of it. And yeah, I think when you start doing it from a level of trying to force your money game, it gets deep inside your head and it starts making you make decisions. And pick on Paul for a second, staring at the algorithm like you could magically twist it. Sorry, Paul. Like,
I kind of
he just
equate
gave
it
me
to.
the dirtiest look.
I kind of equate it to, my mom she sewed, and she loved to sew, but she didn't sew because it was a hobby. She had 4 girls, and they had orchard, and they were self-employed, and there were 5 years that dad didn't pay taxes, not because he was making so much, because he made nothing. I mean, it was bad crops, everything. So everything was making our clothes. She made all of our clothes except the jeans that we wore once in a while. I mean, it was crazy. And that was a necessity. Fabric was affordable then. The things that she did that she loved to do as a hobby, she wove and she did other kind of things. She created that way. That she didn't have to do. That was what she did to relax. But sewing was something she had to do to put clothes on her back. So it's that same kind of thing. This was what was happening back then and what was the necessity of hers, but she still had an outlet to relax. I mean, and that's how I grew up.
So my big sister wove, but it was with extensions, and she still does it. People come to her house, it's like 6 hours, and she taking that bald-headed cousin and making them look like they got a little something going on. That's still weaving, right? 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 Sorry, man, AT is not enjoying this conversation today. You good, sis? Dude, look at her. She's dying. Cool. It's still weaving, right, AT? Wait, why they crooked? Why can't it make them even? What are you doing, Doc? It's still the same. Oh my God. Like, she broken. I'm sorry. I am super sorry. Gang, y'all supposed to ask, this is what happens if y'all don't ask questions in the Q&A, then my head just goes where it wants to go. It starts making up things. Oh my God. Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me. Okay, I know what I was going to do. Here, let me tell y'all this. Everybody get off my damn screen. I'm tired of y'all. This is too funny. Oh my God. All right, so listen.
Hey, I do have one question.
Oh, wait. Now she say something. See, this is why she going to get fired.
I had to stop laughing first.
Wait, now
No,
you put
for the Tiny 3,
yes.
is the sensor different between that and the light, the regular and the light?
Yes. Where mine's is up in the ceiling, but there's a difference in size. Let me tell you what it is. I have the box in my hand. Oh my God, glasses. Whew. I think it's time for a thicker set. One of them is a 1/1.3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go to the site. One second. Yeah, so one of them is a 1/1.3. It's almost APS-C size, and it's pretty dope. And I think that's the regular tiny, and then light might be smaller. OBSBOT.com. Learn more. All right, let's go. Come on, internet. I know it's raining. Hawaii and internet and rain is not friends. All right, hit the Technique specs. Come on. Sorry, the internet's slow today. Yesterday, I was doing a Zoom, and I had like Final Cut and Zoom and Ecamm and about 5 other things open, and my computer was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" Okay, so the Tiny 3 Lite is a 1/2-inch sensor, whereas the 48 basically effective 48 million pixels. That's the word. I don't want to say megapixel in this case because it's the effective pixels. The Tiny 3 has a 1 over 1.2 CMOS sensor with 50 million pixels, so 2 extra million pixels. They're both still f 1.8, and you get like 83-degree field of view versus 79. And then when you're 16 by 9 on the Tiny 3, you get 74-degree field of view versus 72. So it's a little wider, a little bit bigger. For what you're going to do, space requirements, unless you're going to go super low light, you probably don't have to sweat it. I think the main difference for you for what you're about to do is the Tiny 3 can go down to 12,800 ISO, whereas the Tiny 3 Lite can only do half of that at 6,400. So the overall quality of the picture will be close enough in your particular case, but as it gets darker, or when you're just using the lights in the van, that's where the Tiny 3 will shine more than the Tiny 3 Lite, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes sense. I was thinking about, you know, because we were talking about last week with me trying to future proof some stuff. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go with the bigger one.
Yeah,
Just
I think that's a better
since I
route.
don't know what everything is gonna shake out to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Better to have more than what I need than not enough.
And plus, honestly, this sounds crazy, but the fact that it actually comes with this hard as a rock case, and you're going to be moving around, and it might jostle or bump or whatever. When you take it down and you put it in this alone is kind of sort of worth the upgrade. This is an actually solid case, right? So this would be good. It's not water repellent as far as the zippers go, but the case itself, just in case you might, spray it with a little 3M spray or something. But yeah, I think this would be a little bit better just because of this case. Like I'll be traveling with mine because it's a good, use all camera when you're traveling. So I think that's a good look. And yeah,
Okay.
it's super. Strangely enough, this is the part that blows my mind. The Tiny 3 is lighter than the Tiny 3 Lite. They meant light as in features, not light as in weight. Like it's 10 grams lighter. It's been a while since
Yeah, I
I weighed
definitely want
things
to
in
check it
grams.
out, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get it while I can get the $100 back for my Tiny too.
Oh yeah, yes, that's true. That's a good look right now, right? You can get the money back situation. So yeah, I think it'll be well worth it. Have you thought about any other rigging stuff as far as like how you're going to set it up? Have you looked at Pelican case or something of that?
Not for an easy one. I have a design in my head for what I want to do with the case to see if it's possible. But because, the tiny little man I call my father in the other room is rushing all of this, I don't have time to flesh that out right now.
Yeah. That's cool, but
So
the
that'll
thing is, you
be,
can make adjustments on the road, right? You just got to make it that if
that's
you need
what,
to buy something, you got to pick it up at a fulfillment center or at Kohl's or Whole Foods. You don't really ship it to a house per se.
well, no, from what I looked into, you can get a mailing service where all your mail will go. And then when you're in a spot for more than a day, they can ship it to you.
Oh, what? That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight. Oh, this is gonna be interesting, man. We're gonna learn so much about hitting the open road with ATM pops. It's gonna be such a trip, bro. I kind of envy this because like I love adventure, like I love hitting the road. I would be just park, get out, camera out, go explore, take some photos, have a good old time. Aubrey, stop playing with those buttons. Aubrey's over here sending hearts up and down the screen. She know I'm getting distracted easy, Aubs. Yeah, this is wild, man. I'm super excited for you. I think this is going to be a really interesting thing, and the fact that I think the thing that's so good about content right now for what you're about to do right now is we're almost getting to a point where I wouldn't say it's anti-studio, but it's better when you're Oscar Mike. I feel like people are more into vicarious living through somebody else doing something that they can't necessarily do, as well as the stuff that they exactly do, right? I think there's a sort of an even Steven. I find, thanks to Paul, I watched this couple that caravans, and I think he showed us the video in class. Like they were doing a scavenger hunt in their
The
caravan,
pirates.
huh?
The
Yeah, what do they call it?
pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Um, the Romany pirates.
Romany, there you go. Romany Pirates. Yeah, Romany is
Yeah, I watched them
gypsy
too.
thing.
They're great.
It's super good. Paul started that mess, and now I'll be watching him. And yes, it's just an incredible thing to sort of live vicariously through people doing stuff. And the other thing I am super addicted to is digging Britain, where they just go around and archaeologists are like digging everything up, and now they got bioarchaeology. I knew more about archaeology in the last month than I've known since Indiana Jones. But it's just incredible type stuff that people are doing, and a lot of it is isn't like super overly produced, right? It's just get out there, hit the road, make some content. So I'm super super stoked about that. Adam, what is up, my guy? Adam is in the building. It's 6F. You know what, Adam? Now you swearing at me. Damn, that's cold. Holy shnikes. 6 degrees. That is for a reason. That hurts my
Doc,
teeth.
it's interesting that you just said that, because the shorts that I've done, or the reels that I've done, that were not in the house, but that were like off in the field or in the car, have gotten probably 3 times as many views.
Mm-hmm.
As interesting. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
about because, okay, right now, right? You figure in the mainland, it's winter, and of course, not just last 2 or 3 weeks, but a lot of people are like snowed in and they got nowhere to go. So being able to look at something that somebody else is doing and sort of live vicariously through that is one thing. Also, for whatever reason, people don't want to necessarily travel right now, so they're getting their travel vicariously. They're watching other people go someplace. They're like looking at them like, you're brave or you're stupid. One of the two. I'm not sure which is which. So I know that a lot of folks are just watching other folks travel or planning their own travels for when they get a chance to get out. Hold on. June just sent me a little thing here. I don't want to play it. Oh, dude. Why would you do this, June? Hold on, people. I don't know if I have my scene set up properly, but we about to find out. Nope, he don't. Come here. Do this and go to Safari, I think. There you go. Yes, this is sick. All right, so these people got a cute little gangster whip here. And when I was in Kyoto last, I saw a bunch of these getting around. Like Japan has discovered the little tiny bagel. There are these mini campers, and like AT look at this one and be like, "That's cute," because hers is like 17 times longer than this. Good Lord.
It's just a tad longer.
Right? Yo, you could park one of these.
Really park 3 of them.
You could park in the back, right? You know the side parts that pop out? You
More
can tuck
like
these
3 to
underneath.
4.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy. Like,
And
if
blame
they,
my dad. That's not me.
dude,
Live in that.
if the dude sticks his arm out from the front, touching the light, his other arm could almost open the door. And then if they hold hands, they could go in the end. So he looks about 6'1". She looks about 5'9". Gretchen's like tiny woman. But they hold hands, they could go end to end. This is tight though. Ooh, let's see inside. I don't get in trouble for showing all their video, but Japan is real good with space. So, Paul, you should probably just watch this just to see if you can steal any ideas how to make yours sexier. Man, I hate when you do the little scrub tube and it doesn't come out. Oh, look at that. Isn't she cute? uh, Louise said, you should tow this on the back of your AV. I mean, not AV, RV. Hey, you want to see a dope ass YouTube channel? Let me give you the best channel, guaranteed 10 million hits in a month. Doc and
Alicia
Rich.
is twice as long as mine.
No, you need Doc and Rich to travel around in that without killing each other. We'd be like John Candy in Plane, Trains, and Automobile. It's
Be
like,
sleeping together.
yeah, is that pillows? That's not pillows. Adam said, yo, it's extra windy. Oh, it's been crazy windy here, Adam. Like almost tornado kind of windy. We had like 50s the other day, 50, 60 miles an hour. It was kind of crazy. I might have got the idea from Dave because that's my homie, Rich. Rich said I got the same desktop widgets as Max Sparky. I might have got the idea from Dave. Yo, this is mad sick, bro. What's up, Ad Rock? Oh, the two Adams show up to counteract the two Pauls.
Is
Adam,
that even tinier than my van?
I think so.
Because my van's like 19 feet.
Yeah, Adam, I think this is it's built off the Honda Acti, but this might be the Daihatsu one. But those, so Adam was talking about K-Toro. It says it's in his chat where he says K-Trucks. It's called the K-Tora. It basically means K-Toraku. And so he said, look at the Honda Acti or K-Trucks. Our neighbor has one. But it's not entirely street legal here in California. So we've got them street legal in Hawaii. And actually, Jeremy, one of our compatriots, he has a little fire engine one that he made. And he has it cruising around Washington. But he bought one of the small fire engine ones. But yeah, the JDMs, as we call them here, Japan Domestic Market trucks, are super popular in Hawaii. Everybody's buying them. We got tons of them here. But yeah, this is super, super rad. I know what I'm doing today, June, when I'm eating. See if they got any more cool stuff from the inside. Yeah, see, this works, bro. So you got the monitor up, the little thing that covers the sink. In the back, in the corner, there's a tiny little microwave, but you got to move the chair to get in and out the microwave. But, this looks rad. Oh, I wanted to see the part where she said how much they paid for this. See if I can do a calculation. Oh, I have one of these. Hold on, let's see if I can find this. I never land on the damn. There you go. I got one of these. So if you don't know, matter of fact, I will do one when I go to England. Just in case Paul lets me drive, or in case Paul gets drunk and I got to drive him home. You go, it's not catching up, internet's tripping. You go to AAA, you pay them 15 bones, and then they will hook you up with your international driver's license. And because I drive in Japan, I do know how to drive on the wrong side of the street. But if we go out and Paul gets lit, either one, or I gotta pick the other Paul up from the bathhouse, then at least I can drive.
Maybe I need to get one in case I have to drive you home.
We're not going to Scotland, bro. We're going to England. If we were going to Scotland, you would need one. And I'd be like, aye, Paul, give you a haven or buy it, or give you a week bahuki, what is it? I'll give you a bahuki, a scab.
It's only 4 hours up the road.
Oh, Scotland?
Yeah. From Birmingham.
This is actually pretty tight. Man, I hate my brother for sending me this shit because I'm trying to buy a house over there. And now I'm be like, Karen, I changed my mind.
Well, that's kind of like a house.
Yeah. But I can't be in this thing with me, Baba, and her. Are you crazy? They done killed me.
And your studio?
I wouldn't even have no studio. I have to do my content on the roof. I can't get to the picture where she had oh, there it is. That's what I was trying. Dang it, YouTube. Don't be there we go. Stay right there. Okay. Happy One Premium. I can't see on here the price, but Japan CRC. I'm going to go look this up. This is sick, bro. This is super sick. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, they just rented it. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I can do this. I can do this. June, how about we just go and leave K and E at home, and then we just go and then go traipse around, because they don't want to be
It's
outside long enough to take pictures.
3770X.
Huh?
It's 3770X long, whatever that is.
3770. Adam said, me and June need one caravan each. So that'd be cool. We just like, so it's 3.7 meters. There you go, Paul. That's how you do that. Come on, Mouse. Where did you go?
The X was confusing me.
12 foot.
My X was confusing too. That's why I see the X. That was a bad joke. Sorry, AT. Yeah, so it's going to be like 3.7 meters by 1.7 meters by 2.4 meters. That's probably what that means. That sounds about right. Stop it, AT. Wait, I need to see the dang price, bro. I go to booking. Oh, that was the booking page. All right.
Dang, it's just over 12 feet long. Holy crap.
Wait, it took you that long to do the conversion?
No, I'm just thinking it's like my navigator was longer than that.
That's about two of me laying on the ground.
Yeah, right?
I know, yeah.
Oh, here we go. I found... what you need to do, people, is click on the page that says vehicles. That's how you find the answer. It's stupid.
I could even find it.
Right,
and I'm old.
They had the Happy One Premium. Oh, this is great. This is phenomenal. Yo, who the hang brought the big old dog with him? Dog. Come with the dog. This is cool. Yo, fam. Let's see. Let's go in May, in cherry blossom season. And then go premium.
Now all Alicia has to do is ship her motorhome over there, and she could tow one behind her. Make it have fun.
Yeah, dude, this is a wild little setup right here. I think it is awesome sauce. Family. Oh,
At least Alicia would be going, "Hey, Dad, we're going to take a slight boat ride for a couple of days."
No, they definitely look smaller in real life, because I literally just came back from Japan, and you see them, and they're super cool. And road tripping in Japan is a lot of fun. The roadside stands that you go to, oh my God, dude, they're just like, they're the most fun thing. And you get hot food, cold food. They got everything, like little shower areas. I mean, it's similar to what we have here. They just do it differently. Yeah, it's super cool. Man, that would be a very fun little trek. All right, I'm going to give you guys a 5-minute call on answering any crazy questions, because Paul made me wake up late. Dude, where's my phone, Paul? Never mind.
I need to text you.
Listen, I got to tell you, if Paul didn't text me, normally I'd be mad at him, because Paul be texting me and waking my ass up. Lately, he been good. He hasn't done it. But this time, I get a text. It's about 7:20 something. Hey, idiot, you didn't set up the stream today. And I'm like, oh, oops. Because I woke up at 2:30 to watch Manchester United. And the game, of course, roughly 2 hours and some change. I was kind of excited, didn't immediately fall back to sleep. So I went back to bed at like 3:45, 4. And I said, okay, set the alarm for 7 so you can get up. And I didn't set the alarm. And I didn't set the stream. So I was out cold. What that means, though, lack of coffee, lack of foods. So, yeah, terrible. I was looking for my phone. What was I looking for my phone for? He doesn't even know what he pulled the phone out for. Alrighty. This is terrible. This is terrible. Camera Junkie, I wanted to show you this while you're here. I printed these. No Gridfinity connections, because I was like, I want that same Gridfinity type setup, but I don't want to be stuck to their 26 by 26 grid. since it's going to go in the drawer stuck to a rubber mat, it's not going to slide around too much. And if it does slide around, I just put rubber stickies on here, 4 little rubber dots. Then it won't move at all because rubber to rubber doesn't slide too well. And it's awesome. So like everybody goes out of their way to make everything fit inside the 26 by 26. And I'm like, nope, ain't doing that. And what's crazy, if I decide to print bins that fit in these bins, whatever the extra space that doesn't fit in that 26, where my little ruler went, I could just, use it as a small screws type situation. You know what I mean? So I could actually print another smaller bin to edge this off to make it fit a 26 by 26. But if you're doing drawers and you want a little bit more flexibility, skip the grid, but still use all of the grid stuff. Just don't print the grid parts because they just take up filament. So I saw a video where the dude was like, I'm not anti-gridfinity, but I don't want to be stuck to that 26 by 26 grid. And I was like, that was actually brilliant. No questions. But shout out to Mary. Oh, listen, 100%, girl, you have been going full camp. I don't even know how to press this. It's been such a long time. I haven't touched this. Let's see if it works. I can't hear it. Nope. It may or may not have worked. Did you guys hear it clapping?
Playing.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why
We
I
heard
can't hear it. Oh, I know why. I have to put the speaker on. Nope, that didn't work. There you go. Now it worked. I figured it out. He's dumb. Now that it's more a Tuesday thing, but since 100%, dude. You just been doing phenomenal, like 100% phenomenal. And listen. I just want to know from my family members that's hanging out with us, right? Like legit, at this moment in time, no cap, what's slowing you down? See, y'all gonna have a hard time. Y'all gonna have a hard time with excuses right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. The one person that could have let you off the hook with your little excuses, you got no excuse now. Because if this bitch can make content. Congratulations to Paul, by the way. Do you want to share your announcement or you keep it to yourself? But either way, congratulations. You don't have to share it. But if you want to share it, knock yourself out.
I need to wait and see what
comes. Okay.
They tell me what comes next week. But
I will take it. I will take it.
Yesterday was day 60, and Tuesday will be the start of week 10.
Dang. Bruh, 10 weeks, right?
Crazy.
Yo, listen, I'm not rubbing salt in the fire, but friends always got to say some dick shit when you're supposed to be like, this is congratulations. You produced more content in the last 10 weeks than the last 5 years.
Yep.
Just own it.
Andy's getting better at the piano.
Right. Next thing you know, he's going to have the
there
cigar
are some
in his
days
mouth.
that could be questionable.
Look, Paul, he could be sitting at a bar like this. What do I want to hear? He be looking like the other Paul. He's like Paul Bogart. He's like, play it again, Sham.
You know what is trending at the moment? Egyptian music with cats.
Wait, come on.
There's one for you.
Wait, what? Explain that.
Egyptian cats are reacting to Egyptian music, and it's a trend on shorts at the moment, and they're getting monstrous amounts of views. They're playing Egyptian music, and cats are reacting to it.
What? That's crazy.
Just check it out.
I saw.
But,
I think I sent it to Paul.
Piano with Egyptian.
Yeah, I think I sent it to Paul. But I saw this video the other day, and it's called Cat Gossip. Have you seen that before? Did I send it to you? I might have been tripping. So this thing called Cat Gossip, people is outside, like say we sitting in the window, and Maestro is in the window, and y'all are sitting by the window, and the neighbors across the street are fighting. No, F you, no, F you too. I don't even like you. You can get the hell out of my house. And the cat be like, and then they look at the owner, and then look back outside, and then they look at the owner. And there was a clip of all of these people and their cat sitting in the window, and the cat looks like it's watching the argument. And then every time something crazy happens in the argument, it looks at the owner like, you seeing this? And then they're not doing the talk over anything, but the looks are perfect. Like, it is absolutely hilarious. And one cat, it got up to the top of the couch and it looked at the owner, and then you heard a noise, right? Like the person threw something, and the cat did like this to the blind and then pulled it down a little bit. And I was like, bro, this got to be fake, but it's not. Everybody in the comments like, yeah, my cat does that too. I was like, oh my God.
Maestro will do that. He sits in the window, and if there's something going on outside, he'll watch, and then he looks at me, and then he looks back out like, you need to come over here and see this.
Dude, Adam got jokes. Ting said, I saw that about the cats too. The cats are in a catatonic states listening to Egyptian music. Dude, you've been hanging out with Tom Buck too much. Wait, Rich said this was a cliffhanger because Paul said he can't say nothing. And our brother is using foul language up in here. He's talking about I quit drinking. Man, are you high? No. I just posted a picture of my my Japanese whiskey the other day. I was having a little something. Okay, before I go real quick, I gotta show you guys this. And I gotta send one to what's her name? Jill, to see how it is. But I sent one to Luis yesterday. Okay. So Gretchen, make sure you're doing this. Same with anybody who's posting the IG. If you ain't scared, put on your translations. I'm gonna show you a video. Me and my homie been having this conversation about the fact that it seems like people just don't have hobbies these days. Now watch this. I mean the kind of hobbies where you're not hoping to turn into a business. I'm gonna pause that, hit the translation, flick it to Spanish. Por favor, deja deslizarte. Necesito un segundo. Tengo una pregunta porque estoy tratando de ganar una discusión con mi amigo. Mi amigo y yo hemos estado teniendo esta conversación sobre el hecho de que parece que la gente simplemente no tiene pasatiempos hoy en día. Y me refiero al tipo de pasatiempos en los que no esperas convertirlo en un negocio, sino las cosas que haces solo para la liberación del alma, para tu creatividad, para la diversión, para la comunidad, ya sabes por... If my grandmother was alive and I sent that with her, she would be proud. She would be like, finally, he brought it back. Because I used to get smacked because I lost my ability to do it. But yo, yeah, it does have like a I don't know, kind of like Vinny Lombian kind of twang to it. Like it's a little more southern, but I think that's because they're a little closer to Castile. You know what I mean? Like their Spanish is more Castile, where ours is a little bit more rugged, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Never mind. June and freaking Luis are cracking up. So here's the other one. In Portuguese, it sounds wild. So I had to send it to Jill to see how good it is. But okay, Luis, if you have to give it a score, considering how fast I am talking, and it even translated my gangster slangs, which is crazy. So if you had to give it a score, 1 to 100, Luis, what do you give it? So here's the... da alma, para a sua criatividade, para a diversão, para a comunidade, sabe? Para o F da coisa, vamos chamar assim. Então estou morrendo de vontade de saber. Você tem um hobby? E se tiver, por favor, compartilhe na seção de comentários abaixo. Se você não tem um hobby, ei, caça lá e vê o que consegue encontrar. E me diga se você acha que pode estar interessado em começar isso. Se você realmente tem um que é tipo muito louco ou meio... Dude.
That's Brazilian Portuguese.
Yeah, from watching football, most of my Portuguese ear is completely Brazilian Portuguese, and it sounds definitely more like that than Cristiano. But
I can tell you from my analytics, and I'm sorry to bring it up, I am getting hundreds per week comments.
Yo, it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. The lip sync, Adam, boom. Listen, Ad Rock is on point. The lip sync is absolutely stunning. And he was like, well, you could tell it's AI. Dude, for the person who needs to hear what they need to hear, it's beneficial to them. Because you know what they do right now? They listen to it in English and then play it back 80 times to try to get what they try to get. I get questions on my YouTube feed in Portuguese, Spanish, sometimes in Hindi all the time. They do come in. And I had one recently. Somebody asked me an eCam question, and they asked it, and I looked at the thing on translator, and it said it was Brazilian. So luckily, we got Jill. I said, Jill, can you answer this question? And she was like, yeah. And then the person was super happy. And then I don't know what they said, but I did see something de Brazil with the emoji. So that when you do the emoji out loud, it doesn't have the same effect. It sounded more like, why you being so nosy, neighbors? That's another funny reel. This dude is in the window and he's like, and then the neighbor tried to peek in the window and he slams the window on his fingers because the boy thought, never mind, you get it. Anyway.
Well, at least it's not that voice that's all over the place.
Oh, did you know, Gretchen, you can take these kind of photos if you fixed your camera like this. Oh my God, I hate that voice. In comparison to YouTube's translation, this is phenomenal. It's only going to get better. Yes, 100%, June. If the movie industry will start using AI to do overdue dubs, it'll be interesting. I'm also waiting for them to get a little bit better with the translations and like how good it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, June, have you ever had ChatGPT or the Apple AirPods do a translation for you just to score? I know you did. I'm asking him because the Spanish, English, French, German, Portuguese, they all tend to work relatively well. Japanese, Korean be way off because there's a whole lot of nuances involved, and there's also honorifics involved in Japanese, right? Like, theoretically, I can't say certain things to this Paul. I can tell this Paul off. I couldn't tell this Paul off because we're in order. From youngest to oldest, we're in order. So I can say things to this Paul in a certain way, but when I go to talk to this Paul, I'd have to change my complete tonality. Same thing in Korean, right? We're friends, we get away with it. But if we were in the office,
when are you going to put that in practice?
Well, wrong side. Wrong side. Exactly, wrong side, right? But yeah, so the translator software doesn't know how to do that because it never knows who you're talking to. However, when I played with it in Japan, ChatGPT got it, which is weird. Google Translate doesn't. And theoretically, Google Translate has more information. Now, Gemini gets it. So I don't know why Google Translate hasn't completely sucked in Gemini yet. But yeah, that's an interesting thing. Yeah, this is the IG translation. Yes. Adam, do not encourage him, dude. Come on. Yeah, digitally remastered would just be totally wow. When they can do movie dubs with better lip sync and in proper tonality, it would really be interesting. And I'm really curious as how, like, I know the AirPod works good in Spanish. I know the AirPod works good in French, German, like it does the basics. And even for when it first came out, you didn't have Japanese, Korean, or Chinese as a possibility. Where are my AirPods? I want to see, like, if it updated a little bit. Like, you got to take it out and just wake it up so that it knows that it's here. But yeah, Paul, you should try it too, because when you go to Portugal, you should try to see if your AirPods can do the translation.
I will be because I'm off next week.
You're gonna be back in time for April, though, right?
Yeah, no, I'm flying back.
Okay, I would mess you up. I was like, dude, I'm coming all the way the heck over there. You bet not move.
I'm having to book a hotel in Birmingham.
Sleep with Paul. It'll be the Paul on Paul room. Wait, I just clicked the wrong thing. I'm about to change my about to change my phone into the eSIM, which I already set up my eSIM for the UK. Cool about eSIMs in the UK, you can actually get phone calls. You don't have to do data only. AirPods, Bluetooth, there we go. AirPods Pro.
That's something I need to do.
Here, I'll give you the link. I use a service called AirAllo. Also, mobile is good, but I just picked AirAllo and I put.
Will this only work with the AirPods, or will it work with any external?
This is built for AirPods. So the current languages that I have downloaded in my phone are English, German, Japanese, Korean, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Spanish. You can add Mandarin Simplified or Mandarin Traditional, which if you're going to do Mandarin, you want to put both, because if you speak to the wrong person the wrong way, you will get effed up. You can put in English UK. I don't get it. If I say, hey, I know about a woolly jumper. No, is it get a woolly jumper? And then be like, yeah, get a sweater, dude. Okay, you got French and Ital. So you could put all of those in. So it's actually worth. Do we think...
changed my Siri voice to UK in preparation for listening to people over
when
there.
I first came
My
out...
Siri already talks like that.
Yeah, I had my Siri in Japanese for a long time, and I had my Siri in UK for a long time. And it's super funny. It just sounded good. You know, it's like having what do you call it? The polished butlers, the Oxford style butlers. Like, sir, would you happen to be having people over for supper? Jeeves, ask Jeeves. That's what it sounded like. That old.
I had mine in Irish.
Oh, that'd be
I have
cool.
a question for you. So this will automatically, you can leave your mic on permanently, and through the earbuds, you're going to hear.
Yes.
Okay.
And it will play. It will play through the speaker. Okay, so you're saying to somebody in Portuguese, like how to get to the laundromat or whatever. Like, I need to get instructions how to get to the laundromat. You would say that in English. And then on the speaker to the person, you're going to hold the phone like a sandwich, right? And there's a split screen. Yep. And on the speaker, it would be like, you know, donde está la lavandera, right? But it'll be in Portuguese, and they can see it, hear it, and read it, and then they'll answer back, and their live dictation is happening, and then you'll hear it back in your ear in English. And then you can see the translation on the screen as well. It's pretty crazy. You should try it with some buddies. Even you could probably try it with your oh no, that language is not in here, because your guys are in Turkey, right? Your editors.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they don't have Turkish in here, but I'm telling you, these live language things are blowing up everywhere, and they have them as a separate little puck thing that's about yo big, right? There's also a third-party company on TikTok that I hear good things about, something pretty, and they sell them that look like AirPods, but they're multilingual AirPods. They have like 100
when I went
languages.
To the Berlin trade show, they were actually, Google were explaining that in the future, you're going to be able to get an implant.
Yeah. Oh, that would be sick, bro. If I had a little implant, you know what I would tune it? You know what I would tune it for? Google. What the frick is that lady talking about? She can hear me, so I gotta be. Just saying. That's what I would tune it for. Yo, Nee, we talking about the built-in one for the AirPods, right? You know, the AirPod has a bunch of built-in languages. But again, I know this is really hard. And to Kevin's point, Kevin had a question. He's like, do you think this the lack of languages has to do who's actually working at the AQ, who's working on it, or the HQ? No, actually, Kevin, I think it has to do with, okay, so I use Paul's country for an example. Paul travels sometimes to, I guess you would call it sub-Saharan Africa or Saharan Africa. There isn't the same level of connectivity or access. There's the same level of access to the internet. So when AI is being trained off of what's on the internet, the people that get left in the dark are the people that don't already have enough representation on the internet because they weren't given the opportunities back in the day, because it has become so commercial. But there has been nonprofit organizations and people working to open that out, right? It's similar to access to clean water. Like internet at this point is becoming a situation where it's almost as important as access to clean water. The funny thing is, now that the people that have the most access and the most power and control the internet, they're constantly trying to tell you how bad it is because they need you to get back off it. See, in the beginning, we all grew up, everybody here is old enough. In the beginning, you didn't want to go on the internet because it was bad, it was scary, something was going to happen, whatever. And then about 99, 2000, it was like, oh, this is great. You know why? Every one of them had a website. Every one of them had a streaming service. Every one of them had a place for you to see clips. They had a place to sell ads and make money. And then now the internet is taking over TV and traditional media. Now it's back to the internet is bad. Now it's back to social media is going to kill you. Now it's back to social media is making your kids stupid. You making your kids stupid. That's not the social media's fault. Right? Because anything, Paul and I will have a beverage and we know when to stop. There's other people that have beverages and they don't know when to stop. They can't stop. They're too depressed or something else is going on. And just like everything, we always say this, in moderation, all things are good. So what they're doing now is, if you think about it, they're trying to go back and they can't take the access away from you because that's a little bit too hard. So they're trying to control what you hear and what you see by passing rules or passing laws or trying to shut down certain media entities or say, these media entities are against the government, or that's all kind of crazy stuff. But anyway,
Australia has just introduced children under the age of 16, no access.
Yeah, 100% no access. Yeah. And it sounds like you're being protective, and maybe in their heads they are trying to be protective. They might not be nefarious, but what you're doing is you're creating a level of ignorance out of the guise of safety, which then in turn makes it more dangerous. And I can easily say this as a person with no kids, but kids with high self-esteem, they don't get manipulated because they know their value. As a person that worked in a nightclub for a long time, the people that did the wildest things and acted the most certain way, they were the ones that 9 times out of 10 sort of browbeat by their parents and, treated like they're not worth anything. So they be coming out doing stuff to try to be seen. And that's a massive generalization, but it fits. It just really does. So yeah, if you instill in your kids or your friends even, calling your friends and just reminding them that they're good at something, it goes a long way right now, because people get caught into these manipulation traps at any age because they don't think that they're worth it. Your friends who are in abusive relationships are in those abusive relationships because they don't think that they can do better. It's the same thing. And it only takes themselves or somebody else to try to remind them that, that they got game. You know what I mean? And thank you. And June is correct. Especially from our day, right? Underage kids kicking it at the mall was just as bad. Yo, we had just as much nonsense being mall. We were total mall rats. Like, I used to get chased by Alamoana security every day for breakdancing on center stage. It'll make sense to somebody who comes here. Anyway, I got a jet. I will see you guys. It's Chris. Gretchen said, this is the exact thing I had a discussion with myself in the morning pages. I hate to think that I think like Gretchen, but I guess we're close. We're friends. Oh my God, help me. I'm starting to think like an old white woman.
God.
I love you, Gretchen. All right, family. I will see you guys in class. Everybody else, we will see you on Tuesday. Please, please, please get out there, make some content, find a way to make somebody's day, and just deal with me talking about going to UK for the next 2 months, because I feel like I can't wait. But I also realize it's going to come quicker than you think, because it's already February 7th. Damn it, I've been around Paul too much. I didn't say February. What in the exact hell? See, Aubrey, you see what he does? Like, he's a terrible person. I don't like him. 100 tiny paintings done. All right, family. You guys appreciate you. Thank you, Adam, for showing up. The other Adam who's freezing his butt off. Nee, all you guys, don't forget, we see you next week. Peace. Fa. Sofua.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine.